Hey guys, what is up? It is Dalton here, and welcome to Video Game Finds number 69. And this week we have a pretty good amount of stuff here. Not as much as last week, of course. That was just a lot of stuff. But this week we got a few pretty good things. It was all local, so we got Goodwill twice. There was 2 different Goodwills, and then 1 ARC location. So, without further ado, let's get started with what we've got here. So, by the way, all this stuff was found on Friday and Saturday this week. I didn't go out a whole lot this last week, so because I was trying to recoup some of my money that I had spent at the flea market last weekend. So, but still, I found some pretty good stuff. So let's get started. All right, on Friday, I went up to Goodwill. This isn't the local one that we usually have around here, but it's still pretty close that me and my brother can go to. But my brother Tyler, his last day of school was Friday, so he wasn't able to go with me, just because he was still in school while I went. But anyways, this Goodwill is still close enough for me to travel to every so often, so I usually go there every weekend or every couple of days throughout the week. So anyway, we've got 3 games here, 2 PS1 games and a Wii game. So I'll go ahead and show you the Wii game first, because it's pretty common, but it's still really good to find, and that is Wii Sports. And it's in very good shape. The sticker still kind of tries to hold it together. It's pretty cool. But that is complete with the manual. The disc looks really nice. So that was really cool. So there's that. And then we've got the 2 PS1 games here. The first one here is Contra Legacy of War. It is a disc only, but it is in a PS3 case, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, there's the disc there. It's pretty cool camouflage design there. That's cool. Not too bad of a game. It's actually pretty cool to play. It's really hard. I couldn't get past the first stage, so it was kind of, you know, one of the more challenging Contras that I've ever played, but still really cool game. It's a little scratched up, but it still works really well, so that's cool. And plus, I'll put this in a CD case, so it sits better on the disc-only shelf that I've got, and then I'll keep the PS3 case in case I ever need it. So, very cool. So there's that one. And then the last one here that I got from Goodwill on Friday is Vigilante 8, and that's also on PS1. Also, very fun game. It's kind of like a Twisted Metal style game. Let me see if I can open it. There we go. It is complete. The disc looks pretty good. It's a little scratched as well, but it's not too bad. And this one actually is worth a little more than the N64 version, which I didn't think would be the case, because I thought, you know, N64 games usually have different values to them, like based on, you know, how expensive it was to build and make cartridges and stuff, because everyone was moving over to the discs back when the new consoles were out. But anyway, this is like a $12 to $15 game, which is pretty cool. So that was awesome to find out. So that's very cool. I didn't have this one yet, so I'm definitely hanging on to that. So very, very cool. So those games ended up running me $7 even, which is because of the donation roundup that they do there. So I was very happy to pay that. That was really cool. They originally, like $2 each, but it ended up being like $6.43 or something after tax. And they asked if I would just round up to $7. So I was like, sure, that's not bad. So I was very happy to do that. So very cool. Alright, and then that same day, I went to the more local Goodwill before I went to pick up my brother from school, because he got off on a half day. It was his last day they had a half day. He got out like 10:51 or something like that. Is a random number, but random time. But anyway, I went to this Goodwill before I went to pick him up, and I'm glad I did, because it's, you know, not too far down the street from his school, which was my former high school. But anyway, I found this in there, and I had not found anything like this in a long time there, guys. This was really, really cool. It was really, really dirty, but I ended up spending probably about 30-40 minutes cleaning it up, because I like doing that, making them look as nice as I possibly can. And I found this, and I thought it was really cool. We have an original Xbox console here, and in very good shape now that I cleaned it all up and everything. It's never been opened up or modded, which is good. Usually I try to avoid things that have been opened up, regardless if it's been a modded console or not, because you never know. They could have had a different reason for opening it, could have had a problem, and I don't want to mess with that. So anyway, this was in pretty disgusting shape when I found it, so I knew I was in for some work, but it's not too bad now. It looks really nice. And I'm going to keep this one because it has a better laser in it than the one I currently have. It does still have that eject button issue where the disk drive doesn't come out, so that's just a common issue with the Xbox console, but it does have a better laser than mine, so I will be swapping that out. And what came with it is the power cord here and the AV cord here. And the AV cord doesn't fully work, unfortunately. It has no visuals. It has audio, but no visual. but I have an extra one of that, so that's not a big deal. But that ended up running me $4.78, guys, after tax, which is incredible. It was marked at $8.99, but they had a white sticker on it, and it was half off all white sticker tag colors. So I was really excited to get that for $4.50 plus, the tax. So it was $4.78, which I cannot complain at all. For some reason, they didn't do the roundup at our local Goodwill. For some reason, only some of them do it. It's weird. But anyways, either way, $4.78 or $5, you still can't complain for a console, an Xbox that cheap. So that's really cool. All right. So now on to Saturday. I only went to one location, or I only found stuff at one location, which was ARC. I went on my regular rounds. I go to like local Goodwill, local ARC, farther away Goodwill, farther ARC. But anyways, this is the only place I found stuff was our local ARC thrift store. And I'm glad they were still there because these were there throughout the week, and they became half off yesterday because of the certain color-coded sticker tags that they have half off each weekend. So anyways, I'm really glad this stuff was still there. So what we have here is a Sega Genesis Model 2 console here. Really cool. This was also, again, fairly dirty. Probably just from sitting around so long, and kids used to play on these a lot, so I mean that's common. So there's that. Very nice shape, actually. It's, pretty clean on the inside, and I made sure, to clean up as best as I could. So there's that. Very cool. Then we've got the power brick here, and that's in pretty good shape. It doesn't look, banged up or anything, and it works, so that's cool. Did test the console. That worked great, so it powered it up and everything, so that's good. And then we have two Sega branded RF switches here. This one right here has some tape around it, which I kind of knew right off the bat when I saw it was not going to work, just because the cord that connects to the box kind of felt loose, so I kind of figured, yeah, that's probably not going to work. But this one does work, so I guess it was just a freebie thrown in, but really it's not going to have any use because it doesn't work. But anyways, I still have a full set of cords there for the console. And then it came with two official Sega brand controllers, both the 3-button versions, which it's really hard to find a 6-button, I don't know why, but anyway, there's those. Worked very nicely. There it is. This one has the rattle in it, but it doesn't affect it at all, so that's cool. That's still a good thing. It still works. But yeah, both of these work, so very cool. Very exciting to get a console with two controllers, but it also came with two games, which is really cool. The first one here, these are both cartridge only, by the way. The first one here is Altered Beast. It does have some label damage up here, but that's not too big a deal. It's not that bad. But it does look very clean. I cleaned it up and everything, and it plays really nicely, so that's cool. So there's that one. And then the other one here is X-Men 1, which is really cool. Very clean, once again. I cleaned the pins in there. Very nice cartridge. Very cool. And that was only $20, which is really cool for a console bundle like that. That's awesome, especially for the games to be bundled up in there with it. These were all in like a big plastic bag, so it's kind of like all wrapped up and bundled in one thing. And then they had it in their glass case, so it's kind of like double protected, I guess. But anyways, I was surprised that lasted throughout the whole week. But again, it was $40 originally, so that's kind of a high price from a thrift store for someone to buy it at. So I waited on it, and thankfully it went off on a half off price on Saturday, so that was really, really cool. So $20, I cannot complain. Alright, and then the last thing here, also from that same ARC sitting right next to it, we have a white Nintendo Wii console here. And the door on the top is kind of loose. It doesn't stay on there too well, but it's still got one of the clips to hold it on there. But very clean unit. It's got some scratches to it, but not too bad. I cleaned it up. It was a little dirty, but it doesn't look bad now, so that's cool. So there's that. And then it came with the AV cables here. So there's those. The power brick, very nice. The sensor bar, very nice as well. That looks really cool. It looks brand new, actually. And then we've got the nunchuck, also very nice shape. It's just got a little smudges and not cracks, but scratches in it. Not too bad though. I mean, that's from typical use. And then the last piece here, of course, you've got the Wiimote. And again, this is another scratched controller. I got a black one not too long ago that had a bunch of scratches all over it. My guess would be either a dog got to it, or it's been banged up against, like a table or a fireplace, for instance, something like that. But it does have a Nyko battery pack cover on it. so it doesn't have the original on it anymore, but at least it has something to cover the batteries when you have them in there. So, not bad. There was no bonus surprise game, unfortunately. That was a bummer, but not too bad at all, and that was also 20 bucks. So I ended up paying, I think they had a round up there as well. I think it was $43 even after the 2 consoles and the tax and everything. So not a bad deal at all for 2 game consoles and, you know, the bonus games and stuff in there with the Sega. So that was very, very cool. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I know it was a shorter one this week, a much shorter one than last week. But, you know, that's always nice sometimes to get a little break, not to have to film too much, and you guys don't have to sit there and get bored of it all the time. So, but anyways, thank you guys for liking, subscribing, sharing, tell your friends. It really helps me and my brother out. We really love seeing the channel grow. We just hit over 450 subscribers, guys. That is incredible. I cannot thank you guys enough. That is so cool. It's really awesome just to see those numbers go up and just to see more people get involved and get into this little built community that we have here. It's awesome, and I love showing you guys the stuff that I find each week. It's just incredible. It's fun to share all the cool findings and stuff throughout the week that I get, and you know, it's just a really cool feeling. So thank you guys a lot. Happy gaming as always. Go get those games, guys. They're out there. It's summertime now. School's out pretty much, and you know, garage sales are going to be really ramping up soon, and all that kind of stuff, especially in some areas, you know, other than here. I'm sure there's better places that have better garage sales and stuff. So anyways, thank you guys for watching again. Happy gaming. I'll see you next time. See you later, guys. Take care.